Hey there, welcome to Fast Talk podcast coverage of the Milan Cortina 2026 Winter Olympic Games. Today we're going to talk about Alpine skiing, which is a fairly big category. So we're going to try to condense as much information as we can into one little episode here. Obviously, we're here in Las Vegas, so we're going to focus on the American athletes competing in this sport. So
I need you to help me out and help all our viewers and listeners out because I'm looking at they have downhills and super Gs and slaloms and giant slaloms. I don't know what any of that means. I've never stepped on a mountain in my life.
Here we go. I was a snowboard teacher for a little bit. So we have basically this kind of goes down into four categories, five-ish if you count the team. You have your downhill, your slalom, your giant slalom, and your super G. So the downhill is basically just a race to get from point A to point B when you're racing downhill through. It's typically, I think the world record right now is around like a minute and a half-ish, 140-ish, something like that.
How long? Does it say how long?
It also depends on the venue, right? It's not like a specific distance, like the 100-meter. It's more like, hey, what is this mountain?
Okay.
So depending on the venue, the slalom is, when you think of a slalom, you think of going like this, right? So it's going in and out of the gates. You're weaving in between the gates, and you get a penalty if you miss a gate, blah, blah, blah. Giant slalom is literally that on steroids.
Okay.
And then your super G is both combined, slalom and downhill. In poor layman's terms here, we're on Fast Talk Podcast. We're not going to dive too deep into the structures of the sports. We're just here to kind of explain it to the typical sports fan. That's basically our angle here. So we're not experts by any means, and if I miss information, I'm sorry. Crucify me in the comments all you want to. It's fine.
I can take it. Like, make every note a different comment.
Please do.
The more comments, the better.
The more you know. The qualifying actually starts before the opening ceremonies, about 2 days before. It's going to run from February 4th to the 18th, and two different venues, the Stelvio Ski Center and the Alpine Skiing Center, and they're both in Italy. I heard they were about 5 hours apart, which is crazy to me. But it is what it is. So the male's downhill race is at something called the Stelvio Slope, and it is 3,442 meters long. So if that gives you a reference to how long it is, feel free to convert on your own metric to imperial because we are in Europe for these Olympics, so we're going to go by meters. And it also has a 1,000-meter downhill. So 3,400 meters over 1,000 meters down, basically. Okay. It's pretty steep, actually. That's a lot. But these guys are
like your algebra again.
These guys are pro. They're pro skiers. They're the best in the world. Like, that's probably nothing for them. So the idea is to ski very fast, and it's kind of like a time trial. And so it's not like you're racing each other. You're racing the clock, basically. Yeah. So for those of you that played Mario Kart, like if you do a times trials and then your ghost racer comes in and you're racing him, think of it like that. I'm speaking to millennials here.
I never played Mario Kart, believe it or not, so I don't know. I know you can throw bananas.
You can throw bananas.
Does that work on the slope?
Who'd have thought we'd talk about Alpine skiing and get to Mario Kart? But alas, here we are.
Can Lindsey Vonn throw a banana behind her?
I don't know if she'd get disqualified or not for that.
Okay.
I am more of a fan of the red turtle shells, so. But you're not racing anybody, so a red shell would do absolutely nothing.
It would do nothing? Okay,
yeah. Lindsey Vonn, as previously mentioned, is probably the most famous athlete in this category, I would say.
Yes.
She's in her fifth Olympics, if I'm not mistaken. She's 41 years old, coming off of major knee surgery a few years ago when she, quote, retired, and is now back. I believe she's competing in the downhill and the super G, and she's also on the team race. So obviously we'll watch her with great interest. She's a big name. She's a big draw. Everybody's going to tune in to see what Lindsey Vonn can do. Michaela Schifrin is another famous USA skier. She is competing. I couldn't find any information about what event she's in. She hasn't qualified yet. I know. The only notes I wrote down is she did not do very well in 2022. So a little bit of a redemption story maybe for her.
Yeah.
If she qualifies for said events. We're talking about American females because they are the ones that are most successful. I couldn't find any info on American male downhill skiers.
I've got Ryan Cochran Siegel.
I do have him.
In 22.
He got the silver. If I would read a little bit farther in my notes, I would have seen that name.
But it seems like this is not an event where Americans are going to really dominate.
No.
Austria, Switzerland, Norway.
Austria, Switzerland, Norway, Scandinavian area countries.
Yes.
The Americans, like I said, I feel like they gravitate more towards like the trick freestyle stuff as opposed to the downhill Super G stuff.
Yes.
I wrote down a Marco Schwartz from Austria as the favorite going into the men's side. So keep an eye on him. I also wrote down a gentleman named Heinrich Kristoffersen from Norway. And I know it just makes me think of Chris Kristoffersen. So
I was thinking the same thing too. Yeah,
because we are not well versed in said subject. Obviously, here we'll focus on the girls and seeing what they do, and if Mr. Cochran can get that gold medal, it'd be really, really cool.
Yeah,
I feel like for some of these like European, Norwegian, very proud Winter Olympic countries. Is it shameful, you think, if an American came in and beat him?
I don't think it's shameful if an American came in. Now, if you lost to like Jamaica, that would be an issue. But, America has mountains. We have snow. We have cold. And America is also a country that puts so much effort into winning anything and everything. Geez, imagine when we buy Greenland. We're going to
turn that into the Olympic training
facility. Greenland. That's what Trump really wants. The American Olympic training facility. We'll put everything there and win every gold ever.
That's his secret goal.
In essence, destroy the Olympics.
Not to get political on our Olympics preview, yet here we go. Other notes I wrote down. Apparently, Mr. Cochran comes from a very big skiing family. So do with that as you will.
I think
these are always fun events because they're quick, right? They're exciting. You're watching someone weave down, and in any moment they could just. It's not even up to them. If your ski catches an edge, boom, down. And we saw what happened to Lindsey Vonn. She's going so fast.
Oh yeah, you're tumbling.
Knees done skis, and I've seen a majority of crashes in my life, and have had a couple of crashes, not on skis, on snowboard, but they hurt nevertheless. So this is a very big, popular sport. Should get a lot of viewers, and I don't have much else to add to the event.
I think Lindsey Vonn is what NBC is using kind of as their biggest story of the Olympics, her return.
They did the promo with ScarJo.
Yeah, she's been doing the promos. She's in her 40s, and this is what everybody's going to be watching for. So hopefully she can get back on the podium.
Famous Bronco fan. Hopefully she can get a Broncos win.
Isn't she dating
She was dating Tiger Woods for a minute, but now I don't know.
Okay.
She should. Well, Bo Nix is married, but go find yourself.
What about who's dating PK Subban?
That might be who she's with.
Oh, okay,
but that might have been before Tiger Woods. I do not know Lindsey Vonn's relationship timeline.
Okay,
we'll look it up, and
it'd be if it was PK, that would be kind of cool because he is also an athlete.
So was Tiger.
PK is also a Winter Olympics athlete.
And on that note, thanks for coming to Fast Talk's coverage of the Alpine skiing at the Winter Olympics in Italy 2026. Keep rolling keep watching for more of our sports categories as we go through the entire sports roster at the Winter Olympics. And thanks for coming.
Go Team USA.
Go USA. Go Lindsay. Let's do it.